Good morning.
I hope you're doing very well.
The breathing.
Yeah,
God's
hey.
grace is sufficient.
Is the way Lawyer Kwame Janto tells me we're breathing. So long as we're breathing, we just have to be grateful. Well, it's been a very.
Do you know what happens if you don't breathe? You know what happens?
Yeah.
You're gone, right?
You're gone.
You're going. And so once you're breathing, it's okay. We'll just take it like that. Anyways, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been a very busy week. I mean, this week we've heard so many things. I mean, we've seen the court play out in the public domain. We've heard accusations here and there. And so it's a lot to talk on. And I know that we have a lot to say. But let's quickly start with the calls for the Attorney General to resign. There have been calls from the NDC, there's been calls from civil society, some organizations, some people have made the calls that based on what has been presented in the public domain, which is the conversation between the Attorney General, Godfred Yeboadame, and then Richard Jakpa, the Attorney General must quickly resign. Let me start with Ernest Adade.
Thank you.
Your party says he will not resign.
That's the party's position.
Right.
So let's wait and see what comes up. There's a lawyer in the room here. First of all, I think this is my first time on your show.
Oh, okay.
So I have to just say a big.
This is the first time.
This is my first time.
First time in the
on
studio.
Starr, yeah.
Right.
I've been to your other
GH1
sister,
TV.
GH1
Oh,
and
okay.
all that, but I haven't been on
So you
Starr.
never went when they were at the other side?
No.
I thought I'd been on a
Meridian.
I have been on. I think you were in the same building with Kasapa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to Kasapa a number of times.
Oh, okay.
And when I went out, I realized that I couldn't come to Kasapa. But I think this is my first time on Starr.
Fantastic.
So greetings to all the Starr listeners. You're doing a good job, though. You have a beautiful studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also bring the listeners greetings from His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He's telling the people of Ghana a lot of things that we can do to change our fortunes. If you have erratic power or you are afraid erratic power will come to hunt us again like it did before, that for a number of years you will be in darkness. He said he's bringing you 2,000 megawatts of power through solar.
That is if he's voted for.
When he becomes the President of the Republic of Ghana, he's
Right.
going to give
Why
us.
can't you do it now?
And that's a question a lot of people are asking.
I think this same question keeps coming up. and
Exactly.
he has already made this clear.
That he's the
Ghana
he's the
has
mate.
an executive presidency kind of thing. He's somebody was saying that you are saying you will review taxes, and I keep telling them there's a country, there is a system that is running, right? We went to Parliament with a budget, and in addition to the budget, you add your appropriation bill, which means that you are going to disburse whatever revenues you will make in this way. It's been approved by Parliament. Overnight, the Vice President gets up and say, no, whatever Parliament has approved in terms of the appropriation bill and all that, I have quashed it. And
So what happened? What happened with the nurses, the training allowance?
Yes, that one, the simple explanation was that those approvals have already been given. For whatever reasons, they haven't gone. So you see that it didn't take a number of days. You don't have to call meetings before, because approvals have already been given. And when these approvals have been given and the money hasn't gone, it's just a matter of a phone call asking you, I sent you to buy me gobe. Why is the gobe not here?
So all the
And
things
then you
he's
say,
saying that he will do if he's voted into power, you're saying that the reason why he's not been able to execute those ones are because the approvals have not been given yet, and there's very little he can do about it.
He says he will give you 2,000 megawatts of power. That, as I just mentioned, the
Sorry,
2,000
may I
megawatts
ask a
of
question?
power. Is it in your budget now?
May I ask a question?
Is it in Chief? I'll land and then you ask. Is it in your budget now? It's a simple question. Is it in our budget now?
Well, we don't see that.
It's not there. Do we have the capacity to deliver 2,000 megawatts of power today before the election? You think His Excellency, the Vice President, is going for an election, and if he can give you 2,000 megawatts of power so that he will win the election on a silver platter, you think he wouldn't have done it, like in the case of the nurses that you just referenced? Yes, if it is there, and if the money is there, and the approvals are already given, and the money hasn't come, it has delayed for whatever reason, It's just a matter of going to do it. And if I am in his shoes, and I believe if you are in the vice president's shoes, everything that we have to do, that is in the budget, and the resources are there, I will do them so that I will become more attractive to the Ghanaian voter. So if he's saying that going for Ghanaians, sometimes we speak as though we are living in some country where we have unlimited resources. It's not true. So if he wants to even give you 2,000 megawatts of power, he's saying that I will do A, B, C, D for you to get 2,000 megawatts of power to come and support what you already have. And you are saying do it now. So he's not going to put in the measures to get it for you.
Okay.
So what we are saying is that so he says I will reduce taxes, and I keep saying that he says he's going to give Ghana a flat rate kind of tax system. But you have an appropriation bill that has appropriated all the revenues that you envisage to get this year. You may overshoot your budget, your projections, or you may get a little under. But we have appropriated it that we, the people of Ghana, have put parliamentarians in parliament. We put people in parliament, and they said.
So basically, Dr. Bawumia cannot do anything now.
What he can do now is one of the things you said. Is the nurses' allowances approved? Yes. Are we to do it?
But
yes.
aside that, all the things that he's telling us that he will do, he will not be able to do until he becomes the president.
You will not be able to do it now because you have, as at the time he is now, he's been chosen as the leader of the MPP and he's going around campaigning. Now, as we speak, you have already passed your appropriation bill.
That's right.
And I don't want anybody to think that he can.
Well, Council wants to ask a question. So,
Is President Akufo-Addo stubborn?
Is President Akufo-Addo?
Is he stubborn?
That's a serious question. Is it a rhetorical question?
No,
or you
it's
want
not
me
a
to
rhetorical
answer
question.
it?
I want you to answer it.
I
Is
don't
he
have
stubborn?
capacity. As I sit here, I'm not an expert in behavioral.
So let me
in
ask.
behavioral.
so I'm sure Council will now tell us why he's asking that.
better.
I'm not going to explain. President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia, is it not a team?
Yes, it's one team.
Now, if it's a team, and Vice President Bawumia had all these things he's talking about at the time, even let's say 2020, not even 2020, could he not have discussed it with the president? Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Could he not have?
Do you want to believe he might not have raised it? I will give you a good example.
That's why I asked you.
E-levy, for example. It was in the public domain that he advised we shouldn't do it.
That's why I asked the question.
It was in the public domain.
That's why I asked the question. Is President Akufo-Addo stubborn?
No. I'm finding it difficult to give you a direct yes or no answer.
That means President Akufo-Addo did not listen to his vice.
President Akufo-Addo has.
If he had listened to his vice, some of the things his vice is saying, it would be implemented.
So let me say something now. If His Excellency the Vice President is a member of a team, as you said, so the team, for example, we saw the finance minister's position on free SHS. He said, if you have the money, go and pay. I didn't agree with him. I don't agree with him because in Ghana, when you say the rich should pay and the poor should enjoy the free, it's the reverse. We saw cocoa scholarship in Ghana here. There were bursaries in Ghana. And when I was in school, we had what we call the bursary scholarship. The rich people enjoyed the bursary, which was meant for somebody like me.
Oh, but cocoa farmers in the Nkrumah time enjoyed
benefited
so you're
from
talking
it.
about Nkrumah's time.
But history
but I
determines
know
the
that
future.
cocoa scholarship at a point in time, it became a rhetoric.
So
People were
the fact
talking
that
about it that
doesn't
the
mean
rich.
that when you now come into power, you should let that also
No, it
maintain.
doesn't happen
You
now.
should change.
That is why His
You should
Excellency
change.
Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he became president of the Republic of Ghana, he made a decision. Everybody, not cocoa farmers, not we will use cocoa money. It's still the same taxes. We'll use some other monies. We'll spend it, but everybody should go. And that's why I'm saying that the finance minister had a position, but the team.
Finance minister was part of the team.
That's what I'm saying. But that is the explanation I'm
Why
giving.
did he step out?
Right.
No, that's the explanation.
So
here.
what's the explanation?
The
to that?
explanation here is that we are working as a team.
Okay.
The fact that you have a dissenting view on an issue under discussion does not mean that we are in a democracy. So we go for cabinet meeting, for example, finance minister is there. Finance minister says no, or if those who have money should pay.
Finance minister,
and
you
then
said the position
other team members look at the merits and the demerits of it. Like if I were a cabinet member, you know my position now on this, that I don't believe the rich should pay and the poor. Let's give it to them. If the rich can support in
But
other ways,
that's
they should pay.
different
The
from
rich-
what Dr. Baumia is saying
so
currently,
what I
because
am saying
he's
now-
proposing how
No,
to take Ghana to the next level.
You,
And so
you made him ask a question.
Yes, and
I'm addressing his question.
exactly.
that Right now, as we speak, there is a team working.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, if the team meets, the team discusses an issue, and the issue, there will by all means be dissenting views and people who are proponents of the view. Worst case scenario, they will say, let's vote. If you are in a democracy, voting, then Tom is the way out.
but the
so
difference-
if His Excellency
but the
Vice
difference from-
President says,
Yes, Ernest.
let us rather go in direction B, and the whole cabinet team or the whole team looks at it and says, let's go in direction A.
Was
You are
every-
telling me that
are
the
you
Vice
saying-
President
are you
should
saying-
say, I won't agree,
are you
go
saying
to
that-
hell.
listen,
What I
and-
say
and
should be
Ernest,
final.
okay.
Are you saying that everybody in cabinet agreed to the e-levy? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm
there were
saying
quite a
is-
number of people
what-
who are dissenting.
what I'm
views,
saying is,
but were scared to
if-
tell the
let's
president
say
about their dissenting
we are three in
views.
this room. We are three in this room, and we raise an issue.
Yeah.
And then I am strongly for the issue. The two of you are strongly against the issue. What's the way out? What's the way out? We look at, okay, the ayes, like you do in Parliament, the ayes should stand up, the ayes stand up. The nays should do it, the nays do it.
Reasonability.
Whoever wins.
Reasonability.
No, the majority does not.
Reasonability.
Look, the majority
in
carries
cabinet
the
is
vote,
not
but-
ayes or no's.
No,
It's
what
the
I'm saying-
reasonability.
What I'm saying is,
The e-levy was wrong to start off with.
no, I'm not saying we are not
It was
talking about
wrong.
e-levy. You are talking about why are we
We
not
were
starting
using-
now?
we were
And
using
that
it
has
as an
always
example.
been
And I think the basis for
position.
the basis for the conversation is the fact that we have the vice president saying things that he will do if he becomes president.
And he's still vice president.
And he's- and that- and that's the basis for the question. And then
If
that's
you
what
give me
I'm asking.
the executive power. I repeat,
He's
if
already
you
in
give me the
executive power.
executive
He's already in
power.
executive power. He's
No,
not opposition.
somebody
Right.
is
not opposition.
okay, let me give you
He's
an
not
example.
opposition.
I always give.
But before you do that, let me introduce into the conversation Isaac Kwesi Shama, who is former member of parliament for Boehm. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us.
He used to be my friend.
He used to be your friend, but he's no longer your friend.
Daniel, not Isaac.
Daniel, rather, forgive.
He used to be my friend. It's good you have renamed him.
Thank you.
Yes. So now back to you, Ernest.
So all I'm trying to introduce into this conversation this morning is that His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana is telling the people of Ghana
Right.
that we have to do something. A, B, C, D. If we have erratic power, if you make me president, that's what I will do. If we have people with disability.
You haven't proven that you
these-
can do it. Why should we
these
give the
people-
power to you?
You see,
haven't proven to us
sometimes
that you
when
can
I'm
do
having
it.
these conversations, I
Right.
try to have it more very objective.
Like what we're doing now.
But listen to me now. No, we are going off the objective part. What you are doing now is compelling me to tell you that before His Excellency the Vice President, former Vice President, former President John Dramani Mahama became Vice President. Became President.
President.
He took over from his boss. Let Honorable Ashama mention one project that he was able to achieve. But the people of Ghana, the NDC saw it wiser. Let's give him the opportunity. We gave him the opportunity. As Honorable Ashama is here, he is not coming to tell me what to say about the man. The man himself said, you gave me the opportunity the first time and I failed. And I've gone to do remedials and I am coming back. He himself said it. I didn't say it. And it is not somebody who will come and speak for him. This is what the man said. We gave him the opportunity as vice president. And I keep saying that, like His Excellency Baumia, you are calling failed now, he can tell you that I took mobile money interoperability and delivered it. I saw in Ghana one of the biggest challenges we have had is our credit system, and interest rate challenges were happening because we didn't have an addressing system. So let's tackle the addressing system. He has tackled it, delivered it, and we are using it.
Everywhere.
We as a people
Right.
should digitalize, because that is the fastest, the best way to fight corruption around the world. There will be data. And in IT, you say you leave a digital footprint on everything that you're doing.
Okay.
So somebody may have criminal minds. Somebody may want to do the wrong thing. But if you do the wrong thing and you use technology, you will leave footprints in technology, so that if we want to chase you,
So the
and catch
digital
you, we
agenda
can.
you say
he has delivered it.
Okay.
What about the
And he
city?
continues
What
to
about
deliver
the
the rest.
And-
what
and
I'm
now
saying
he's
is-
telling us-
and the man is
right.
telling you that.
He will back up the city with gold
He
to make
is-
sure that the city does not depreciate.
Exactly. So he is telling you that today. How do you show up? In fact, I was discussing with my big brother John
Jantua.
on this our economy. What we were discussing, if we want the city to move in a particular direction, there are things we must do. It's a fact. You cannot just jump into the water and say the city must stop. So you will realize that between 2017, that the MPP took office, to 2019, late 2019, what was the city? How was the city doing? In 3.5 years, the city had moved from the 4
We
point.
were under IMF.
No,
remember?
no, IMF. We came
were
out.
under
Look,
IMF.
If you are, now,
remember?
are we not
we
under
even,
IMF?
We even extended it then.
Chief, are we not, Council? Are we not under IMF now?
Yes, we're under IMF.
What's happening to the city?
So
So
you tell
the
me.
argument that we were under IMF and automatically the city should be strong, we have just defeated it. That you are under
What was the
IMF.
city? What was the city? then?
So the city,
What was
if
the city
this
then?
is the argument,
What
then
was
the city
then?
should be
What
strong.
what was the city then?
So what I'm saying is, something went into the management of the currency between 2017 and 2019.
And what was that? What was that? Because it looks like now we are not seeing that play out.
Look, the issue we raised off air, I raised with him off air, is that we are saying Ghana's balance of trade is positive now. So we have a positive balance of trade, meaning that our exports exceed our
The
imports.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, is it really the case?
No.
Yes. Our
Not really the
imports are less than our exports. Yes. But we have a business regime that gives the businessman who is a foreigner, who came in under FDI or whatever
you and
reason,
I know.
the person
NSU
has
and
the
I know.
power. When I begin
NSU
something, if I don't
NS
land, you will get the
NSU and
import.
I know
The
that
person
is
has
the
the
reason.
power to take his money anywhere in the world he likes. He has that power. So our oil is going, then it will come into our books as our export. So your export is bigger. The oil goes, and the one who owns the greater part of that money can decide to bring the money back into Ghana or not. These are legal regimes that exist already long before the MPP came.
Okay.
And these are the things His
What you
Excellency
should have changed.
Bawumia is
Right.
saying
You
I
people
will
should
do
have
something
changed
about
it.
when I come
You
to
should have
power.
changed
We have
it.
had a tax system
Yes.
at the ports
Yes.
that existed all these years. We have practiced it. He says, when I come, I will use the model that we have in Togo, so that your now Burkina and things, the people, the landlocked
Right.
neighbors who
around
used
us.
to import through our ports because of certain other reasons, he is telling you that they are coming through Togo.
Okay.
Ghanaians are going through Togo. So why don't we align with Togo?
All right.
These are
And
things
hold
that he
hold
will
it for
do
me.
when he becomes
I
president.
understand that. But let me come to Lawyer Jantua. Now, this is what he says. Dr. Bawumia says, you know what? Because of how the city is faring, the surest way, and he says, they use the word, is the easiest way, is to back it up with gold.
Look, Dr. Bawumia was head of EMT, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, was usurped by the finance minister then, Uferiata. So he had no wings to stand on. So he moved into digitalization. Come on, let's be very honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
When the MPP came into power, one thing they said they would do, they weren't able to achieve. And what was that?
So,
they said not taxes, but what?
They were moving from
Moving from taxes
to production.
to production, added value. That is what would make your city strong.
Yeah.
So you came in. There was a certain system in place that wasn't helping us. Why didn't you change it? There were certain commodities that was creating capital flight in this country. Sugar, rice, poultry, all those areas. When you were doing one district, one factory, which is a good policy, why didn't you start with those, which will now curtail the capital flight going out? You were the same people who told us that if the fundamentals are wrong,
The exchange rate will expose.
exchange rate will expose you. The fundamentals, aren't they exposing the exchange rate now? And so if you're saying that, oh no, when I come, I'll do X, Y, Z, that means you're not even campaigning on when you came in and what you have done. You are bringing new things. How do we say that, Vice President Bawumia, you've done X, you've done Y, So continue from this point. When you haven't been able to handle your 8 years properly, and it's put Ghana in a very difficult situation. We vote people in to do what? Manage the economy. That is what we vote you in for. Whether good or bad, Ghanaians expect you to find the magic wand to change things. What is employment in this country today? What are exports in this country today? This balance of payments that Ernest is talking about, isn't it oil? Take oil away. What is food inflation today? When you go to the markets, four tomatoes, how much does it cost? 20 cedis.
20 cedis. People are buying it for how much? Yeah.
4 onions, 2. 10 cedis, 15 cedis.
I saw a picture of a man who bought 4 fingers of plantain for 40 cedis.
When we talk about the economy, so far as the Ghanaian is concerned, the economy is in his pocket. What is in his pocket that he can use to live comfortably is what the Ghanaian is thinking of. Right now, Gary, some people are importing from China. How possible? What have we done about agriculture? With all the land that we have, by now, we should have been able to move. Somebody showed me a clip of the Burkina Faso president and the things he's done. The number of agricultural implements he's imported into his country, tractors, all that. Go to Burkina Faso. Look at what the new president is doing. He's opened up the cotton industry. He's growing cotton. Don't we have cotton factories here? What are we done to it today? And so if you are in power and you now come and tell me, oh, vote me in, how can I assure myself, looking at your history, that you weren't able to do? How can I assure myself that you can do it going forward?
And the explanation is that he doesn't have the power now to do so.
What power? You are part of government. Government fails, you are in there. Government succeeds, you are in there. And if the MPP government today had done extraordinarily well, will he not campaign on that? Why is he campaigning on something different?
We are campaigning on this.
Well, you see, look, we can sit here and talk as much as we want to talk.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Ghanaian will do on December 7th.
On December 7th. But do you believe that backing the city up with gold is something that would shore up the value of the city against major trading
Depends on
currencies?
the price of gold. But yes, gold has always been a good currency. It is not a question of just backing it up with gold. It's a question of adding value to that gold. How many companies in Ghana have gold mines? Indigenous gold mines. How many? Are they all not foreign? Is that not capital flight out of the country? And so if you can start with localizing, look, this Galamsey, we should have turned Galamsey into something else by now. The small scale industry. We should actually right now ban all small scale gold production. Sit down and put a better structure in place. Look, my father was once upon a time Minister for Local Government in the NDC, in the PNDC era. He showed me a map of Ghana, Gold Coast. Everywhere in Ghana is covered with gold. North, south, east, and west. Alluvial gold, top mine gold, deep mine gold. Why are they mining gold in the north today?
Yeah.
And the gold they are mining in the north today is one of the best you can get. So it goes to show gold is a commodity that can lift this country up. But how are we managing it? And for me, the power should be in the hands of Ghanaians. The power, because whatever we sell, the money comes back to our country.
Yeah.
It doesn't go elsewhere. So if you say you're going to back the city with gold, how are you going to do it when you don't have one gold company that is localized? How?
Well, you talked about the empowerment of the local miners and then setting up of a minerals development bank to ensure that the indigenous miners are strengthened financially, capital-wise, to be able to conduct their activities.
That is not the starting point. The starting point is, how do you build a capacity? How do you build structures that would make gold production good? How do you sort out the mess that has been made to be able to make sure that going forward, the right things are done? Right now, Galamsey, what have we done so far? Is it not threatening other natural resources? Right now, they are even saying they are seeing traces of mercury in our cocoa.
Yeah.
And our cocoa is one of the best premium. It attracts premium. Just like our pineapples attract premium. Goes to show that a lot of things we grow in this country attract premium. And that tells you agriculture is key. I'll give me a last example. When the NDC decided to build the sugar factory, Commander Sugar Factory, you know why they built it? They didn't build it because of consumption. They built it because of the pharmaceutical industry, because they realized the pharmaceutical industry uses a lot of sugar. And in a way, it also helped consumption, even help exports. When you guys came, what did you do? What did you do? The thing is now sitting there rotting. What if you added a little to it? And Ernest and I were talking about this particular thing in terms of how we can have leadership to continue and make things better. For me, this battle that we have between political parties, it doesn't help us. We need to build a nation called Ghana. And we can only build a nation called Ghana by ourselves and by cooperation from all angles. Leadership cannot be in one person's mind. It should be in everybody's mind. And for me, that is one of the challenges the MPP has. They are scared to speak to power. They are scared to speak to the leader. Hey, you are going wrong. Hey, let's do this. Let's take a different trajectory. A lot of them can't. But that is what they should do inside to make sure that some of the things that we are doing go according to plan. So, Dr. Baumia says he's coming in. This is what he's doing. And for me, he's acting like an opposition leader.
How so?
Let me come in. I'll be able to tell you, you are in already. You are in there already. Some of the policies that my NS is saying that you haven't budgeted for, start doing some of the policies now. So that by the time you come in, the policies would have reached a certain point that can get to maturity. But nothing like that. So let's see. As I said, December 7th will determine.
Ghanaians will speak.
Exactly.
All right, let me bring into the conversation Honorable Daniel Ashiama. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us one more time. So this is the conversation. Dr. Baumia, we know he's on tour in the Volta region, and he's been talking about a lot of things, particularly about the depreciation of the cedi. A lot of people were expecting him to speak a long time ago because he touted himself as the economic whiz kid, and that with the cedi depreciating, a lot of people expected so much from him. He believes that one of the surest ways now is to ensure that we back our city up with gold. But like Kwame says, well, it's not about setting up the bank. You have to empower people. What is your thought on that?
Well, I said good morning. And Senior, how are you doing?
I'm breathing.
And that has been his answer to how.
Oh, yeah, you know, at this time, breathing, I think that is the only thing that can save.
If I don't breathe, I'm dead.
My brother, long time. How are you doing? Chop the money finish. You see,
you see when he asked me how are you doing?
Yes.
I couldn't respond.
Yes.
Because you are doing good.
Any answer I give him, he will put a spin on it. So I have to look at him.
Anything you say will be used against you.
Used against me in the court of law, whether positive or negative. So I have to let him make the judgment.
To me, right now, I feel pain when I hear my vice president talking. I feel pain.
Why?
Because he said a lot from 2008 to 2016. He said a lot. So much. And he has won the hearts of Ghanaians. So you saw what happens in 2016. It is not by nothing that the MPP will tell you that Mahama lost 1 million votes. Because somebody said something that Ghanaians put trust in and decided to toe that line. He spoke about the growth rate. He spoke about debt to GDP. He spoke about the exchange rate. He spoke a lot. And at that time, he was speaking to Ghanaians, excuse me to say, who are intellectuals. And they felt that, yes, this is the way to go. Now, today, our vice president is living the life of deception. If I were him, if I have performed, he should just go and pick the fundamentals he was preaching about to show Ghanaians how he has fared as vice president. My brother is saying that Mahama should show him the work, the project that vice president has undertaken. That's former president.
Yeah.
No, by convention, Ghanaians have agreed that a vice president is the chairman of economic management team. And that is the promise Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo gave to Ghanaians. That I am making this man my vice president because during Kufuor's time, he has helped Kufuor to get $1 equals to 1 cedi. If you hear these sweet talks, what will you do? You told that line. So today, that the person who has helped former President Kufuor to get $1 to 1 cedi is in the realm of affairs. And not just in the realm of affairs, a very important position which by convention, Ghanaians have agreed that he is the chairman of the economic management team. Now let's start with the inflation. With Mahama. It was 15. He is on top of the roof with megaphones shouting. The inflation was too much. He came to power and he has taken us to 54%.
As we see it, you don't know. Honorable, tell us.
The records of 54% we have is under Bawumia.
Which was
Whether it was yesterday, it was today. That is the expert. Please, no, wait about even though.
Quote the past when
Please,
Okay.
please.
Quote the
Even today, 25% is nauseating when you come to 15. Which one will you choose? But I am telling you, I'll reiterate that he is the one, the economic messiah, took our inflation to 54%.
But they explained with shocks, external shocks that they had no control over.
Doesn't you feel betrayed when MPP people who tells you that we were under Dumso for 4 years, and these are the economic fundamentals at the time that we were under Dumso for 4 years, they are better than the one that is happening outside. The Ukrainians who are daily bombed, their inflation is 3% and their growth is 5%. So, as an intellectual, how do you take this? How did you take this? They will talk about COVID. Now, let us go to the books. Don't speak to me as if I am an illiterate. In my family, I have illiterates there. And at the same time, my father strives that I become literate. So when you are passing out statements, know that in my family, we have literates and illiterates. Now, how will I take that? That in COVID year, that you took 3 billion euro bond. In COVID year, that corporate Ghana gave you money to support. In COVID year, that international community gave you money. How can you come and tell me that because of COVID? So let us raise our argument intellectually. We shouldn't be doing gutter politics. Yes, the rainfall, take it. Yes, the rainfall. You couldn't go to work, but you take salary, isn't it? So can you tell me that because the rainfall, you are poor? You took your salary. So they should bring the argument to intellectual levels. They should stop insulting us. And at the same COVID year, your parliamentary candidate told us that you share the COVID money. He got hers. These people are insulting us. They are insulting us. They are taking us to be illiterates. And that is the audacity Bawumia is having today, telling us, churning into our ears Another deceitful statement.
He says when you make him the driver, he'll make things better.
What advised him, informed him to send 170 questions to the late?
So things aren't better.
Yes.
Is that what he's telling me? Things aren't better.
He says when you
So
make
he
him
knows
the
things
driver,
aren't better.
he's
He
the
knows
mate.
things aren't better.
He's the mate now, and that's the
Bawumia
reason
should
why
not
things are
deceive
good.
us anymore.
Really?
He should not deceive us. He's insulting us. He should come and tell us that he's sorry. He couldn't perform. This man should stop insulting us. Why did he send 170 questions to Emisata who was not in the seat? The late, may he so rest in peace. Why? You are an intellectual person. Did you ask yourself that question? Don't you see that you are being insulted? 170 question to a person who is not in the seat. You were asking him to answer you. What was his mind then? These are the questions we should ask. Now, if today you know that gold can back our city, another insult, you came out with policy that
Right.
gold for oil, you carry the gold abroad. When did his brain start to know that gold can back a city? Another insult. Don't let this man be insulting us. It is too much. That is why Senior is telling that he's briefing. He's not leaving. He's just briefing. For how long will you allow Bawumia to be insulting us? You took gold abroad to go and bring oil. Economically, intellectually, what has been the impact of that business? What is the price of a liter of petrol today?
Let me help you. Let me help you. And then, I'm not saying investment is bad. You allow a Chinese company to build $1 billion.
Yes,
refinery
Central
next to
Oil.
Yours. Yours is rotting away. And
Oil
you-
refinery.
and everybody goes there to inaugurate it whilst yours is rotting away. If we could refine our own oil, will we go to oil? Will we? Are you saying we can't?
And currently, the company is also asking for tax waivers under 1D1F.
So that is
They are
what you are
asking
saying.
for so many waivers when yours is rotting.
Yours is getting rotten. Yours is getting. Don't you see Bawumia is insulting us? He's insulting us.
So is it about the feasibility of the program he proposed, talking about backing the city with gold, that you think is not workable, or it's because he's the one saying it?
Because where he wants to solve the problem from today is not the way to solve the problem. Honorable Senior talk about it. Do we even have food to eat as Ghanaians? The soil that we have, how do we use it to grow the crops? How do we use it to rear animals? How do we use it for fishery business? How did we use it?
But Daniel, where's the gold going to come from?
Where is the gold
Is it coming from the Galamsey?
Yeah, that is the
Where is the
question.
gold coming from?
Ernest, you are very busy.
You see,
I
where is the
don't want
gold
to
coming
enter-
Where's the
from?
gold coming from?
So that when
Is it
I'm
coming from
speaking, I'll be allowed
Ghanaian
to
gold
speak.
mines?
Well,
Look,
Where is the gold coming
under
from?
His Excellency John Dramani
Or we
Mahama,
are going to purchase on the market to support the city.
well, that's why he's, like I said, when we develop the Minerals Development Bank, we are going to strengthen
Do you see-
the small small scale
The
miners.
small scale miners we are getting gold
please,
from.
please,
We should
please.
have our own big mine. Ghana should have a gold mine. We should. We have got a refinery at PMMC because of the what do you call it? The certification is standing idle.
Yeah.
It's standing idle. It's a good thing, yes, helping small scale miners. But we want big mines to be able to churn out much gold and refine it here. That is where added value is. Wasn't it the same Dr. Bawumia who went to, was it Dubai? And they told him how much gold has come from Ghana. And he came back to see whether it equated with the amount of money we had and realized that we were $8 million short.
Yes, so I'll
So
give
he had
another
a question.
No, wait.
Where is the
Let me
gold
finish.
coming from?
Let me finish.
And-
Please,
and-
no.
So Ernest,
Let me
Ernest,
finish.
let him land on that.
Let
Then
me
he will
land
come
on
to you for the answer on where that gold that we are going to
You
use to
see-
back the city will be coming from.
Bawumia is becoming more deceitful every day by his statements. What did he tell you? He said they will do development what?
Bank.
Did you hear him?
The Minerals Development Bank.
Did you hear him? Is a bank the strategy to ensure that our environment is protected? Is it the bank? So he is telling you that we are going to continue to use the same method. What are the new method of money that he has proposed? He is talking about bank. He is talking about bank.
Not even talk about how he's going to
No.
clear Galamsey.
No, deceitful. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the chairman of the economic management team, the vice president, we had the growth of 14% in 2011. What that tells you? What is his highest growth as a vice president for 8 years? What is his growth?
You say you got 14%.
Yes,
growth rate.
yes,
In Ghana,
yes,
under Mahama.
yes. 2011, go when Mills was the president. Go check the growth rate. Go and Google right now, and tell me what you people who stand on top of the roof have gotten before you are churning into our eyes so much deceitful statements. He got it as a vice president, and as at the time that it was reducing, he and Atamius were expanding the economy because President Kufuor couldn't do much because of HIPIC. HIPIC is the same as IMF. You be under conditionality. That is why they were building toilets, social interventions. That is why
Under
MPP
President
is
Kufuor. Honorable Ashama. I don't want to interject.
was under.
So go, keep
please,
going.
was Kufuor not leaving power before he started with Bridam? He find oil. Do you get it right? But it was investors who came in, and he gave that Ghanaian who brought the investors in 3%. Do you remember? It is not the work of the government. It is a private partnership. I agreed.
Daniel, can I make a correction?
Okay, do it
Ghana's
for me.
growth rate in 2012 was 9%.
I said 11.
It was 9%.
No. I just got the map. It's not. It is never.
Me too. I've just got the.
No.
information.
Check well. You see, I just Google and wrote it here. Hey. Look. Look.
So we're looking at Ghana's growth rate in 2011.
2011, it was how much?
2011.
It's 14.0. Yes, 2011.
Okay, I looked at 2012.
Yes. 2012 is 9.3. 2013, 7.3. 2014, 2.9. 2015, 2.1. 2016, 3.4. Yes. That is what it is. Was the person that they taught to us as the economic messiah able to even achieve 10%?
So real GDP growth was estimated at 14.4% in 2011.
That's right.
And
That's
it was
right.
driven mainly by oil production.
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
That is all right.
Please.
I still don't want to interject.
No. If we want to
He
talk
knows
about,
that.
if we want to talk,
Minus
please,
one.
don't
Oh, yeah.
interject
I'm
now.
not doing
And when
it.
I
That's
talk,
why I'm
I will not
quiet.
put my mouth.
That's
so
why
you
I'm
be
quiet.
You
You
right.
quiet.
You see that I wrote? You just right. Look, when we got this growth, what did they do when Mahama came? We discovered 2 oil fields. Sane oil field, I think Sane and Tain oil, 2 oil fields. So now we have 3. The Mahama own at the start, I don't know what it is today, gives us 50,000 barrels of oil a day. So 2 gives us 100 barrels. President Kufuor's own, is it Jinyami or Sankofa? Senior, the name is Jinyami Oil. President Kufuor oil field.
No, Talu. It was.
No, the name of. Okay, President Kufuor's well was giving us 70,000
Barrels a day.
a day. So you see how this man invested the growth that we've had?
The Jubilee Fields, you mean?
Yeah, the Jubilee fields.
Yes.
Do you see how he has invested into it? At the same time, when he became president, we have the Atuabo gas. Did you see? This is what we call investment. You look at the environment, expand it. Even just Accra here alone. The other time I took my daughter to Maritime Hospital. You go to Maritime Hospital, you go to Bank of Ghana Hospital, you get to Reach Hospital just here, you get to University of Ghana Medical Center, you get to Police Hospital Expansion Project. That is how he used our money. That is how you use our money. Today, Nanado's debt alone is about 538 billion. They should mention this monumental project that I have just mentioned in this money that they have borrowed. Because if you come and meet the debt of 120 billion and you alone move to 530 billion, even if you tell me you pay interest of the past, even if it is 100% or 200%, we should see something. We should see something.
Right.
President or Vice President Bawumia should stop insulting us. People are in serious pain because you couldn't perform what you say you are. You told everybody you are a military man. There is a battle and you went and wear the Catholic cassock. Didn't you deceive the people that you are to defend?
So that's what Dr. Bawumia has done.
They say he's an economist. So I'm just opposing that. Did you see Donald Trump trial and conviction last night?
Yeah.
There was a question that, even if you don't know that the rain has fallen, if you come out in the morning and see that people are holding umbrella and they can't you tell? So Nanado told us that Bawumia is economic messiah, and I'm taking him as a military man. You are to defend our currency. Now it comes to the time of defending the currency, you say you are a Catholic priest, and you went and wore a cassock. Is it not deception? No matter how you preach to the people, you have deceived them.
Well, Ernest.
I give you the
The
chance.
Honorable Ashama has spoken, and I was very quiet. You saw I tried to write.
Yeah. But if you can start from where he asked,
Ghana should
the
have
source
a
of the
gold
gold.
mine.
Yeah, the gold that we're going to use to
I'm
back
coming from
the
here.
city.
Ghana should have a gold mine. Did Ghana have a gold mine? Did Ghana have a gold? Oh, please, let it be interactive. Chief, lawyer, did Ghana have a gold mine?
What do you mean if Ghana have a gold mine?
Did we have Ashanti gold that belonged to Ghana?
But this is what I'm saying.
No,
it should
the
belong
question
to Ghana.
is,
It
we
didn't belong
should-
to
Ghana
Ghana.
must have a gold mine.
Ghana
had a gold mine.
interest in it.
When did we decide to diversify and why? That's the question we should be answering. And you see, sometimes I see a lot of dishonesty in some of these conversations because we know the truth. Ghana had a gold mine. Who diversified it? An NDC government sold it to a foreigner. You come back here today, Honorable Ashama, NDC member and a former MP, come and tell me that the gold mine you sold should have belonged to Ghana, should have still been a Ghanaian gold mine.
I didn't make that.
I know you didn't mention it, but you supported it when he was speaking. You joined in the conversation. We have gold.
I mean, he's asking.
Under the NDC was when this drama on Galamsey exploded. That is why when Nanado came. In fact, His Excellency the President was tempted, I'm using the words carefully, to put his own presidency on the line when he took office.
Was he tempted? He said he put it online. What do you mean was
No,
tempted?
what I'm
So
saying
when you
is
say he was
something
tempted-
would have motivated him to put something as crucial and critical as his presidency
But did he?
on the line.
Did he?
It told you that the situation under His Excellency, the same John Dramani Mahama we are talking about now, the situation was so bad that his successor had to gamble his own presidency for the process. So you see, when we are having these conversations, the dishonesty,
But
it is
he
not
didn't.
how much,
But he
Chief, in
didn't.
all humility,
Sorry.
I tried to make
Sorry.
myself busy when
Sorry.
the deliveries were
sorry.
going on. I tried as
Apologize.
much as
I
possible.
apologize.
The point I am making is straightforward. We had a gold mine. The gold belonged to us. We mined it, we sold it. But the conversation we were having off air, which had found its way into the conversation here, is that if we owned these things, then the capital flight that is also the biggest uppercut our economy, our dollar situation is getting now, wouldn't have been there. Assume that the totality of our oil was ours, and we exported $1 billion. Just for example, I'm just giving an example. We
Sure.
exported $1 billion. That $1 billion is coming to Ghana. But now you have only about, 12 point something percent that belonged to us, maybe plus taxes.
Yeah, that's taxes.
If that is even plus taxes. And
we that is all we get. So if you export $1 billion, you are getting 120 million, right? So your balance sheet is showing that you have exported, so you have a positive trade balance. But in actual fact, you have only 12%. The legal regime, which was not provided by this country, gives that man the opportunity, the right to keep all his 88% or whatever outside. He has the right. So some things are being done. Look, you asked where the gold is going to come. Are we not mining? We are mining, right? So if the foreigners are, that's what I am addressing now. The ownership is what I just addressed. Even the one that we owned, the rest are private sector ones. But even the one we owned, we dash it out.
Yeah.
Yes, but go and check the record.
Let's see how we build that back.
So what I am saying is that
That's the most
I
important
brought
thing.
that in because of the statement you made. But you're asking where the gold is going to come from. We are mining. Can we put in structures to ensure? And Baumia said it in his 70-point agenda that he said as his vision. He put it there that we are going to consolidate all the gold in Ghana, ensuring that even if a foreigner is mining, our visibility will be assured. Whatever is coming in there, we will have processes. He is going to make sure that the Ghanaians who are mining, we will mine responsibly and properly and use the right technology to ensure that we know what is coming. This is the way to go because we have done it haphazard over the time. And whenever I hear the NDC pontificate, my heart breaks because the worst times we have in this mineral situation happened under them.
But Daniel, for the people,
So,
Ernest,
so
for
the point
purposes
I'm
of-
making is
but
the gold will come.
Yes, but from
He
who?
is saying gold is the solution, the way to go.
But you still have not answered
The
where
whole
that gold will
world,
come from.
I have just told you.
No, because
that
I'm
we
asking.
are mining.
Yes,
we are going
but
to
those
know
who
what
are
is
mining
happening.
the most of the gold are foreign-based companies. So how are you going to get it from them?
If the new policy comes, everybody mining gold in Ghana, your first point of sale is to Ghana. Ghana first, and any other country second. What we are trying to do now is the same thing. The gold for oil policy. We use CDs. NSP. That's what the explanation.
NSP.
I will land. Please, humbly, let me land.
Right.
The gold for oil policy. What he explained to you is that use your Ghana CD to buy the gold you already have. We are not importing the gold. We are mining, whether small scale, whether the multinationals. Everybody is mining. The first person I want to buy the gold, what is the world market price? It's 10 cedis. It's $1,000. I will pay you that $1,000, but I'm buying it in Ghana. So if you give me $1 quote, I'll pay you in cedis. I'm buying it in Ghana. So I'm the first person to buy. The gold is mine. You are only investing in the sector to extract the gold. That's all he is saying. And that is how it is happening. If we buy the gold with the CD and give them the CD, yes, most of them are multinationals and they will want to send the money outside.
Yeah.
That goes through another process that is regulated by the Bank of Ghana. So the capital flight will be controlled rather than when he takes the gold outside and sells it outside. You don't have any control again. So all I am saying is gold is the whole world. The whole world, including the largest economies, America, they are all storing wealth in gold. Go and check.
Although they don't mind gold.
They don't mind, but
Exactly.
they have taken gold. Look,
So-
that is
so-
the.
so we should
this
be-
is
we should even be
my
better
boss,
than theirs.
Everybody listening to us today, I'm giving you one of the reasons why the city is always under pressure. One of the reasons, the whole world is storing wealth in gold. Dubai, they are buying gold. Individuals, not the state only. The individuals. Ghanaian is storing wealth in dollar. So when you get money, instead of looking at how you would invest that money or do something, people are buying dollar and putting it under.
So let me tell you something
So
that's
we will continue to have those problems. Let us reorient ourselves as a people. We have the gold. It belongs to us. If you will mine our gold and you will not sell it to us, then you cannot mine our gold. We are not saying we will shortchange you, but we want to buy from you. When the Russian-Ukraine war started, Russia did a similar thing. They survived. Even though sanctions started flowing on them, they said if you want to buy our gas, our natural gas that we are giving to the whole of Europe and most of those places, come and buy it in rubles. Go and look for rubles and come. We won't take dollar. So if we make the same decision today, that we are going to, you are mining our gold, yes, it's your investment. You have come to extract the minerals. But you will not sell it to somebody, sell it to me. I will pay you the same amount, but in cities. And let me and my brothers and Honorable Ashama, who bought a new car when those days we were meeting, should he he should stop buying dollar and putting it under his bed. Like we know. I know that's what he will say. Don't put the dollar under your bed. Go and buy gold.
Don't let anybody come to attack me. I don't have any.
He has a nice.
He's making a disclaimer.
Those days that we were
I don't
crying,
have even
he meets me in studio and cries, Ghana is hard. Then he went and bought a fresh Forerunner. And I said, hey, my brother, you are enjoying me. I'm still driving my Koklo.
Well, today he also says you are enjoying.
That's what he says. So all I'm saying is that
Right.
when we stop storing value in dollar and begin to store value in gold, the narrative will be better. And that is all His Excellency Bawumia is telling the people of Ghana. Look, I have always said this. Ghana from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had different levels of presidents. And we are running an executive presidency. Underline that. We've had different kinds of presidents. For the first time, the people of Ghana are going to have an economist as a president. Think about it. The challenge that he is not doing it now. We have a good example in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He was vice. I cannot point one.
He wasn't an economist.
Yeah, exactly.
He
That's
was an
all I'm saying.
economist.
He was vice, and I cannot point
And the
one
economist
thing.
we've had as vice president hasn't been able
I
to
cannot point
wax.
one thing to his name. Then he told the people of Ghana. The videos are there. I can play some for you. That now I am the. He used the word. He didn't use mate. He used spare driver. I am the spare driver now. Give me the opportunity. But for the first time, everybody listening to me, you are going to get the executive president who is an economist. Please think about it.
That doesn't
And
work
you
for me.
will realize that the narrative will change. Look at the policies. I'm almost landing here.
Please land for
you
me.
always just
Landing.
interject.
You're always
No, I haven't started. Because you wanted to
landing.
interject. That's why you see that.
So
this-
NS
I
land
was
for
driving.
me. NS land for me.
For the first time, His Excellency the Vice President, every prescription he is giving now, that if I become president, I just explained the gold thing. Everybody listening to me would have seen that. Yes, why are we not buying gold in cities and all that? You are going to get an economist who is explaining to you that, look, it is not by rhetoric. This is what, when we do, the solution will come. Do it. And he understands what he says. He's not coming to tell you that I am now coming to think about it. He knows the economic principles that will do it. If he didn't get the opportunity now because he is there, whether you call him a co-driver. I was on the show with one and this guy who says, mate, and I always see co-driver. And I'm saying that no two drivers drive a car. One person drives. And in Ghana, the constitution made sure that one man is in the driver's seat. So that when we see a pothole, you will not say, I am the vice president. So 10 right, then he holds the steering, and 10 left. One man is holding the steering, and that is His Excellency the president.
You see,
the vice says, I am becoming the president. And these are the things I am going to give you.
Closing at 10:30.
It will still beg the question
Are we?
then. Yes, we are.
Ask for
So,
opportunity.
We'll definitely get it. So NS, quickly land.
he said Bawumia sent 170 questions. It's never
NS,
true.
you've talked
The
to
questions
NS,
I
please
have
talk.
landed. I have landed.
'Cause
I decided to tackle the issue before I come to
So
Honorable
quickly,
Ashama.
in
Honorable
10
Ashama,
seconds.
go and check your facts. Bawumia never sent 170 questions. Never. He brought 170 statements to answer the then vice president when he made a statement in Sunyani. It is not 170 questions. I will share with you. Check whether you will get 170 questions. It's not true.
Okay.
Number two.
Well, NS, quickly land for me so that we
Hey,
can
I
get
want to
that
round up. He's talking about inflation.
You've been
And
rounding
he's
up for
quoting
long,
inflation, month on month. And he's quoting inflation like 6 months or more ago, that it was 54. When as we sit, inflation is 22.27.
And he said it's still higher than the 15%.
At what point was it 15%?
Right.
At what point? So he wants to tell me that if you net out the inflation within their period, that was it. But if you net out that inflation, we are saying the inflation will happen if you are doing the kind of projects that MPP is doing now.
Very well.
We are building 110 hospitals across the district.
So let me bring into the conversation now.
That is what is happening.
Okay.
So you will have inflation when you are spending.
Right.
If you don't spend, we can go
Senior,
and sleep.
All right.
It's your turn.
La Kwame,
Discipline yourself. We are all using the same time.
all right, La Jota.
I'm dodging I'm dodging how do you call it, his attack.
Senior is your turn.
And I will continue to dodge it until we
So
finish
quickly,
and
quickly, let's go, La Jota.
You
Let's
know
go to
the
La Jota.
question. The question on gold. You know, PMMC today, government has put in structures where small-scale people, Galamsey people, can't export. It has to go through PMMC.
PMC.
They are not getting the gold. They are not getting it. Because people will hold on to it. Look, the first point of call is the change of mindset. If you don't address that change of mindset in the gold, small-scale gold industry, forget it. It won't happen. But look, I believe that there are certain issues, and this is what I would have hoped. There are certain issues that are national issues that we should discuss on a national basis.
Okay.
And for something like this, I expect Vice President Baumia to say, I believe gold can help our currency and can help our country. So what I'm going to do when I come into power, I'm going to initiate a public discussion on how we can use gold maximally to help our currency. So what if you come in and you say you are using gold to support our currency and you're not able to do it? What happens? You see, we've got to get to a stage where we are building a nation. And we are building a nation together. So, our finances should be national discussions. Our health should be national discussions. Our education should be national discussions. And most of all, our agriculture. These national discussions should now dovetail into a plan for the country. A plan for the country. That this is the plan. From the discussions we've had, this is the plan we've been able to put in place so that there's continuity from any other government that comes in. This week, NDPC have inaugurated another
the 32-year plan.
Another 32-year plan.
Yeah.
We have a 40-year national development plan. We have a 2020 vision. Are you trying to tell me that Ghana, we can't sit down, take all these plans we've had and dovetail it into one? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because really, without a plan, you fail. Manifestos are not documents that help countries. Because NDC will come in and this is what they did. We're not continuing it. We stop. MPP come and do it. If my party comes in, we would rather look at the national development plan. And the NDC did look at the 40-year national development plan. They did. And when you look at that 40-year national development plan and you look at the content of it, we spent nearly $6 million putting that plan together as part and parcel of that plan. When you look at it, it's detailed.
Yeah.
And we expected that if for nothing at all, the first thing this government should have done when it was handed to President Akufo-Addo was even to give it to the media. Media, go, peruse through it. Tell us what you feel about it. Let Ghanaians discuss it. And then from that, you distill those things that Ghanaians feel are not worth in the plan. And then you put it together. And then we move. You see, the challenge is that we are not moving as a vehicle together. The tire is here. The gear is here. The wipers are here. The boot is here. So we don't seem to consolidate whatever we want to do. And some of President Kufuor's projects still in the bush.
Yeah.
Some of the hospitals that he wanted to build, they started and they're still in the bush. And some of the NDC's things they did, are they completed?
No.
And so, in as much as we want to bring new things in, do we have the money? Some of the things, will it not cause financial loss? Should we not distill right now? We should distill those things. Because look, you know that the finance minister that has left, before he left, Ghana's debt was catapulted into 2040. we are going to pay a lot of this debt till that time. Have we been able to identify where the money is going to come from? Have we been able to?
Yeah.
And so right now, I expect all the people standing in terms of wanting to be president.
Yeah.
We should have some kind of a consensus idea to see how best we can put things together as a nation, building the nation, building the footsteps that would lead us somewhere to make sure that at least in the next 10 years, let me give an example of roads. What does it take to build a road? Bitumen, all these types of stuff. Are there not people who do paving blocks in this country? Can we not bring a policy out where we all agree all side roads in Ghana are paving blocks? And then we do it community by community. Any paving block company that is in that community, do the paving blocks, and then we will do the roads. Go to parts of Pokwase. People, neighbors, have paved their road with paving blocks. And the good thing about it is that if a paving block breaks or pothole come in it, you just take it out and
then
install
fix
another
it.
one. It cuts cost.
Right.
It creates employment. But this discussion should be held together.
Right. Right.
Together. Has he done it? He hasn't done it.
All right, so I don't know, Shama, you have the
Why is
bite.
it that when I want to talk, you want to leave?
Yeah, he keeps getting calls.
The insult is on. You see what he has just said? I want him to sit down here. He and his board are still insulting us. If we give this country to Bamia, you will praise Nanado with this abysmal performance.
You think he will perform worse than his?
Worse! He doesn't have any plan. Oh. The man don't have any plan. Oh. I will say it as a Ghanaian. Now, these are two persons. Mining has a systemic problem. You get it right? And you say you are going to establish a bank.
Minerals Development Bank.
Now, where did you put the chiefs? Who are the custodians? What synergy did you build with the chiefs and those who issue licenses, certificates, sitting in Accra? Did you see Mahama trying to address that problem? Go to KNUST and see that Mahama has built a lab for studies on gold or minerals. Go and see KNUST.
How do you refine the gold? Is it bullion you're exporting? Or is it actual refined gold you're exporting? How does he refine it?
Oh.
If he says he's going to use the gold, is it going
Yeah,
to refine gold?
Yeah,
Is it going to be bullion?
that is the
How
question.
Is he going to do it?
That is the question.
So
Let me tell you.
there's so much to ask. on that.
Let me tell you, you know, what I envisage the time they were doing gold for oil, the galamsey was so abound. You get it right? And you know, you cannot be sending galamsey gold to international market.
No.
So government decided that I am buying that. And then put that credibility on it. So they got it. How is their gold catcher working? At least it is about 1 year now. Gold catcher equipment they brought. Baumia should have told us that, yes, we've started something. The gold catcher we bought, this is how it's coming to solve the whole problem. Did he talk about gold catcher? These people are still insulting us. I am telling you, I am not mincing words.
Right.
Now, if somebody says that Ghanaians,
10:30.
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Ghanaians are doing what? Are buying dollars. They will buy. They will buy. Why won't they buy dollars?
They can't even get the gold. to
If
buy.
we don't look, if we don't have Gary and you are to buy Gary from China, what money do you use to buy? Is it not dollars?
Yeah.
The productivity is not there. The 24-hour economy is to tackle productivity from the what? Scratch.
Sorry, Daniel. Ideally, Ghana should be a country where the citizens can even go out and buy gold if they want to buy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because of the amount of
yes,
gold that we
yes.
have and the kind of
The
mining
citizens
ongoing, we should be able to.
do that.
Managing the economy is not
Yes.
pick and choose.
Right.
All sectors of the economy must be well managed. You look at the health sector, you look at the agro sector, you look at education. All sectors must be well managed. Do you see that, my brother? Where is he? He should come in. Do you see that he was talking about Agenda 111?
Yeah.
Where did Nanado got that money from? From the vision of Mahama. Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund. That is where he went and picked the first 100 million from. And then after that, you
And then the
collateralize
oil,
everything.
And then the oil.
Yes. look at this.
Areas.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel insulted this morning by this type of statements. If you close the banks that will give economy CDs, you close the bank. The cocoa production has come down from 1 million to 450,000 metric tons. In those days, we take $1.8 billion as syndicated loan. Now it has come down to $800 million. We've lost $1 billion syndicated loan because our productivity is low.
Yes, we sent it back.
This is a government that Mahama was giving farmers free fertilizer. You came, you took the fertilizer and sold it to them. The farmers could not buy the fertilizer. The productivity is low. We lost money. And then the cocoa board that is not doing anything, every year churn out debt. The farmer who is sweating can't even get the 5 CDs Mahama was giving them as a bonus a year. These people are insulting us.
Very well. Very well. Well, so that's Honorable Daniel Kwesi Shiama, former member of
It's not
Parliament.
even 10:30.
Former member of Parliament.
Why do you want to tell me like that?
I know. Former member of Parliament.
The insult
for
is too much.
I know, Honorable.
And then you hear them talking again.
Yes.
They are still talking.
And that's why you have a big problem with.
They are still talking.
Okay.
And they have, this is a good friend of mine. Oh.
Yeah.
Look at what he's supporting.
And it's
He's a very good friend of mine. Oh. Look at what he's supporting. He cannot ask questions.
well,
He can't ask Baumia questions.
so you agree with the assertion by Lawyer Kwame Jantua that one of the biggest problems of the NPP is that they cannot put
They
the
can't.
leadership to accountability.
Now,
Yeah.
look, if
But we need to go.
Yes,
We need to
even
go.
Baumia says you work very well. He alone cannot manage the nation. Who is he going to work with? Look at them, a strand of what? A strand of corrupt individuals. Who is he going to work with? He's been a poodle for the Chi mafias.
Right, we need to go.
Okay, let us
We need to go. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning. Daniel Kwesi Shiama,
Next time, give us
former
3 hours.
MP for Buem. Also, Ernest Adade, a member of the NPP communications team, and Lawyer Kwame Jantua,
And as if you don't come, I'll take
member-
your tablet.
a member of the CPP. That's the weekly review segment of the Morning Star. And that's how we wrap up the Morning Star this morning. But before I go, quick birthday